Hey friends, and welcome back to another episode of the Monday Breakthrough. Today, I am turning 39, but I actually want to talk about something that's way beyond birthdays or numbers. I want to talk about the stories that we actually tell ourselves when we look at the age. Every year when the birthday comes, every year when the New Year's Eve comes, we start with making comparisons and we put so much pressure on ourselves when the calendar flips to another year of our life. I'm actually trying to remind you and myself that our best years are not behind us. They never were. Birthdays, as well as the New Year's Eve, have this funny way of making us stop and evaluate. Especially as we get older, it's like we kind of pull out this invisible report card and start grading ourselves. Did I achieve enough? Am I behind? Am I where I thought I would be? It's almost instinctive. We reflect, we rewind, we wonder. And here's the thing, that instinct isn't really bad. Reflection can be powerful, but the problem comes when we actually turn reflection into comparison. When instead of noticing our growth, we start measuring our value by someone else's timeline. Or worse, by our own expectations that were set years before, at the time where we actually had no idea what this chapter of our life would feel like. So let me ask you this. When you look at your age, what do you see? Is it a number that defines you? A weight on your shoulders? Or maybe a reason to feel like time is running out? Well, because I think a lot of us carry this quiet anxiety about time, about aging, and it doesn't help that we live in a world where success is often celebrated with 30 under 30 lists, and it doesn't really go like, oh, started the business with 45. But the thing is, the best things in life, the real breakthroughs, the moments that make you feel alive, they don't really come with a timestamp. They don't care if you are 25 or 55. They show up when you are ready. Last year, when I turned 38, I had no idea what would happen next. But in the meantime, I launched the podcast. I talked to so many amazing guests. James Martin, Ian Bernard, Elliot J. Stocks, and all others. And it's amazing to actually learn from all those people. Did I knew that would happen like a year ago? No way. But I also launched my website. I took my business in a new direction. And honestly, I believe the past year is the happiest I've ever been with my work. But here's the thing. I wasn't really chasing a goal or a deadline. I wasn't saying I have to do this before 40. I was just showing up day by day, idea by idea, and letting it evolve. And really, somewhere along the way, I stopped worrying about being on time and actually started trusting the timing. And that shift, that inner shift, is maybe the biggest birthday gift I could ever receive. So if your birthday is coming up, or if you've been in a season of questioning your pace, your path, your progress, I want to speak directly to you. You are not late. You are not behind. You are not too old. You are exactly where you're supposed to be, even if it doesn't look like that. You know, one of the most powerful questions I started asking myself in the last year is, what if it's all just the beginning? What if your best work hasn't even shown up yet? What if the most aligned relationships, the most fulfilling work, the most exciting creative chapter, what if it's all just waiting around the corner? I mean, last year, if you told me I would have this podcast and talk to all these amazing people over the past couple of months, I would probably say there's something wrong with you. I was and still am the biggest introvert I know. But the truth is that we spend so much time trying to catch up to our past goals. But what if we started getting excited about becoming someone we have never even imagined yet? And honestly, now, every day, I wake up excited to work on a new font, to test a new idea, to connect with other creatives who inspire me. And that excitement, it really wasn't always there. I had to grow into it. I had to unlearn the idea that I actually had to have everything figured out by a certain age. I still don't have everything figured out, but I have momentum, I have passion, and I have this quiet confidence that I'm building something real. And to me, that matters more than any number. So I want to leave you with a few thoughts. You can come back to these anytime you're feeling that birthday or New Year spiral, where you feel like you should have done more by now. So here they are. Age is a reminder, not a limit. Let it mark how far you've come, not how little you think you've done. Comparison steals your joy, but presence brings it back. Stay here. Stay with your own pace. It doesn't really matter if you are 25, 45. The best years aren't behind you. They are not even here yet. They are still being written, and you are writing them down. If you are still growing, you are still winning. That's the only scoreboard that matters. And your timing is sacred. Don't trade it for someone else's urgency. So today I am turning 39, and I'm not afraid of it. In fact, I really feel grateful because each year I feel more aligned with who I am and what I want to build. I feel more willing to say yes to what lights me up and no to what doesn't. And I hope wherever you are in your own journey, you give yourself the same permission. Permission to grow slowly, permission to begin again, permission to believe that your breakthrough might still be on the way. So here's to you, not your age, but your fire, not your number, but your vision, and not your calendar, but your courage to keep going. Because the story isn't over, it's just getting started. And thank you for spending this time with me today. I'll be back next week with another Monday Breakthrough. But before I sign out, I have 2 or 3 amazing things to announce. For the next 48 hours, you can get a 39% discount on all my products, all my fonts with a code BIRTHDAY39, all in uppercase. The second one is actually a huge giveaway that will be announced on Wednesday on the Type Convo page, where one of you will actually be able to win a book by one and only James Martin and all the fonts from my website. Also, tomorrow I will be announcing the last 2 guests that will join me for a live convo on Instagram before I go to a summer break. And until then, stay kind to yourself, stay open, and most of all, stay curious. Talk to you soon, guys.